Alright, so production meeting.
Hi everyone, it's Turtle Ollie. I haven't spoken to Turtle Ollie for you want to sit there, Turtle Ollie, because everyone liked you on the shoulder. Alright, thank you.
One of these days, Turtle Ollie's going to end up in an
Ollie?
alley with all his stuffing cut out and a knife next to him, 12-inch knife with serrated edge.
You're a bad Ollie. There's a good Turtle Ollie, bad Ollie. You know why you're bad? Why?
Because I'm
Why?
stupid.
Well, yeah, but the comment you said before was the main reason you're bad. I mean, it's a combination. You're like a bad, stupid Ollie. Like a really bad. And now
It's not fair, I really try.
I know, now this is getting really awkward for me.
I try to be liked and it'll be interesting.
Okay, we're gonna cut to the intro now. I think we got too real here. I think we went too real. Cut.
Hello and welcome to NPC's Wild Mount reviewing Critical Role.
Turtle Ollie fly.
He can fly apparently. He's
Down.
yeah, Turtle Ollie backed by popular demand, regular Ollie backed by
I don't think there's any
necessity.
popular demand at all. I think it's just like a bad voice that I put on of a turtle I've owned for like 15 years. And
So you've had that since
I've had that for
18?
15, yeah, I've had that for a very long time.
Okay.
I've had that. I got that because I like turtles. That's not a meme I'm doing right now. I like turtles. You look around. Look around this place right now. Can you tell like Ninja Turtles?
No, I can't.
There
I
are comic
can't
books
buy the
everywhere.
Images and toys
Yeah.
and comics and crude drawings.
You would look at this
And
and,
some kind
like be shocked why I don't get laid.
homemade turtle pornography. I don't know what that one
That's
is.
not turtle
That's just you
pornography.
and 4 turtles
Look.
gangbanging you
Stop.
and
Stop. They don't need to know this.
banana hammocks. I'm sorry, it's a weird thing to put in your lounge.
I don't like bananas. Anyway.
Personally, I would like
Anyway,
that.
Ollie, let's get back onto real things.
Real things.
Yeah.
No such thing as real
This
things.
is Critical Role episode.
It's a campaign 2, episode 44.
Fine, yep, go.
You're like, dude, say something.
I know,
Shut up.
I started saying episode 4, and you're like, yes, episode 44.
I'm excited because real things.
Yeah.
Go.
Called The Diver's Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, no, tell me what you want me to do.
I don't know.
'Cause you're like, talk, shut up, talk, and then silence.
I start talking, and then you jump and say
Get
exactly
excited.
what I'm saying, and then I'm like, alright, finish the sentence. Now you can jump
This
in.
is a fucking mess.
Come on.
Hello, and shit, what's going on? Where are we?
We're talking about the episode.
Right, so, The Diver's Grave.
Yes.
Now, it's the continued underwater adventure of a Critical Role Campaign 2.
Yeah.
It's interesting, it's a really unique battleground when combat happens, it
Yeah.
provides interesting challenges,
But most
slows some shit.
importantly, there's a new intro. Yeah, we should mention
Yeah.
that. That's probably the most significant thing that happens at the beginning of the episode.
Oh my god, and have you seen, there's like a whole list of things, people online saying things you may have missed.
I
like,
think we'll get struck for
analysing
copyright for this.
Yeah.
But let's cut to the
We can't do the whole
intro.
thing.
Why can't we do the whole thing?
Because copyright.
Well, even
How
though
about
a little bit's
what if I
copyright.
reenact it in interpretive dance?
No, because it needs to be good.
Oh, okay.
That's
4 hours practicing a dance down.
How about we do 10 seconds of it?
That should work.
That's right. 10 seconds of it right now.
They got magic and flair. They got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there. There's a mom.
Back. There we go. I don't know if they may be struck for copyright, but I mean, they're pretty good with copyright now. It's their own thing.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
And normally Geek and Sundry gets the one that gets...
It was amazing, and the chat was hyped.
Yeah.
People were very, very excited, and understandably, it was cool. It had
And it's
music.
going to be awesome when one of the characters die and it makes that character intro irrelevant again.
I actually thought that was possible this episode, and that was
Yeah.
the first thought that went through my head. I was like, oh my god, if Caleb dies, that was the most pointless, like, hours and hours they put into it.
I mean, they used to do like you've been playing for 6 months, so
Yeah.
you just imagine if one of the characters died at this point. But it said 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, so how long has Mr. Clay been introduced though?
Not that long ago.
Exactly.
So-
Was it over 6 months? Or
But then
it
what-
must have been under 6 months, right?
Well, they said that, no, maybe they conceptualized it, and it wasn't actually, created. It was,
Yeah.
the idea came 6 months ago. But anyway,
Yeah.
so they're underwater, they're going to the Tide's Breath, looking for the wreckage of the ship that ties into all the story of Ford.
You seem so like...
I'm so
yeah.
tired.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they're in the kind of the floor of it. Kind of they found the actually Ford ship, and they even went.
Now,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm trying to be respectful now because you just gave me so much shit for talking over you. So it's like the minute you say something, I would stop, and you're like, Nah, that's all I want to say here.
This episode, can we start again? It's such a mess.
Do you want to start again? Because there's a lot we're already covered.
Oh, no, I'm too tired.
Anyway, so, yes, we are at the bottom of the ocean going through the forward ship.
Yeah.
And...
I felt like they got there too easily.
There we go.
They started off like, okay, we need to find this thing.
Well, they already were there. Basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, like a couple of episodes ago. I feel like they got there too soon. It was like, we're looking for this place, and finding a shipwreck in an ocean is like, pretty difficult.
They kind of like did some sensing, and Ford had this idea around there.
I don't know, I felt like they might have skipped some of the challenge of finding the place.
It was a bit wishy-washy. Get it? Because it's the ocean. What? It's a pun. It's a pun. Why can't I do puns?
I'm just going to do the rest of the episode from over here.
No, can you not?
So, okay.
You're like, oh, this episode, I want to start over. But you literally just walked off camera.
I thought it would be visually interesting.
Anyway, we have to get into this.
Yeah,
right.
we're not even past the first sentence.
Yes. So that they kind of go through the ship and trying to kind of work out, what items of value, what can they find. They find Vanderin's kind of room raided.
Yeah, which was
looted,
like,
you could say.
Interesting. We've got excellent use of the Warlock companion here with Frumpkin as an octopus kind of flying around. There was that really weird moment where he had like stuck to his face and was using it as a mask to see through, which I thought was like quite cool.
Yeah, and there was some really good character. I'll try and find the image, but there was a very good fan art of that.
Oh, nice.
I'll put it up. Bing!
I am so impressed at the speed at which some of those artists can pump out the fan art.
I'm surprised that so many people have so much more talent than us.
I'm not.
I take that back. I was going to make a joke.
Very apparent.
I started off doing that sentence as a joke of how bad we were, and I kind of didn't finish it well. So yeah, we're not good at it.
Now Matt's descriptions, I think he actually took it to a new level. He's gotten really good at being able to set a scene, a really visually interesting scene in the minds of the players and the people watching in like 2 sentences. He just picks, like when at one point they burst open a door, and that's all that literally happened. But the way he explained the dust like traveling through the water, I just felt visceral and engaged in the scene. I was like, dude, you did that in 3 words. How are you capable of?
Because he's Matt Mercer.
That's why. He's Matt Mercer.
He's Matt Mercer. Anyway, they fight some Marrows. Some Marrows kind of come. Kind of ties in with this whole kind of where the gems are, the mirrors are.
Yep. Now this looked to me like what it seems to be, which was the pre-fight to weaken them and make them expend a few spell slots, take some hit points, so that when they fight the big bad, they're
not full strength and make it too easy.
Exactly.
Smooth. Anyway, so they kind of have a bit of a battle. Yeah. Yasha does really well. Actually, I'm going to put it out there mainly because she stuck out the most for me. Yeah. I put Yasha as MVP because she just does well during the battles, even though I know she's never there. I'm putting Yasha as MVP because she never gets enough love.
I'll agree. Yasha MVP of this week.
Because you don't have anyone better?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So, also my note was Yasha goes first in the initiative, but it seems to me that Ashley's almost a guest player at this point. We see her so infrequently, and I'm sad about that because we love her.
Yeah, It's hard. It's like we've got this player who is part of the crew, but has been there for literally 4 or 5 sessions.
And
out of a 44 session.
And mostly it seems like Travis is just playing the character, and I kind of thought maybe they should have a way of the character not being with the party for the moments when she's not actually there to play her own character. Cause
I think they were doing that, and then they reached the point of going. It's going to happen too much.
Yeah.
It's happened too much. It's just in and out, in and out. Let's just keep Yasha there.
Yeah.
But it just feels like I hate to say it, but maybe we should just say goodbye to Yasha.
I think if we did, we would need to have.
I mean, it would ruin the poster because Ashley wouldn't be there anymore.
I don't know why I'm having trouble. But
it just feels like. It feels like a bit of a disservice, and it just doesn't feel. It feels forced at this point. It doesn't feel organic. And I love Ashley. I love Yasha. I think that there's no gripes against Ashley or Yasha.
Yeah,
it's just the fact that the context of the campaign, it doesn't really make sense at this point.
Yeah, it does. Have you poisoned my coffee?
I don't poison your coffee. You just don't know how to drink coffee.
No, I'm having trouble breathing.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. So it's It sounds like I'm not okay, but I'm fine.
You know, we made the joke about you dying on camera.
It's gonna happen.
Okay, do you want to
No,
stop
no,
right now,
I'm
or
okay.
you
I'll
good?
keep going.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it seems
You're
like
so red right now.
Yeah.
You're like a tomato.
I'm pretty sure Dave has poisoned my
Do you
coffee.
want to slow down? It's your mug too.
It's fine. We'll keep going.
Okay, go.
It seems to me that if Yasha is going to leave, and it might be a decision they have to make, being that she's just there 4 times out of every 100 to actually play the character, it would have to be an unbelievably epic send-off.
Yeah.
They would really need to do it justice if they decided to do that. But again, she's so integral to Mighty Nine. Well, okay.
Is she?
She's so integral to the mystery of Mighty Nine. We still don't know so much about her.
Yeah.
I want to know the backstory. I want to see it complete before
But
it
if
goes.
we take Yasha out, does it really change anything at this point?
So gameplay, no. But in my mind, it would always leave that question mark hanging unless they dealt with it really cleanly. And
No, I mean for the sake of the party, I mean, would the game feel any different? I feel like it wouldn't. It's like there's no gripes against it, and I think we're
we
restricted
love
based
Ashley, yeah,
off these things. It just feels like this point.
it's a side
Is
character
there
played
really
by
any
Travis.
point?
Yeah.
And I kind of if you. Leave a
Well,
comment down below.
this is something we want to talk about.
This is a conversation that's literally just come up now, and the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, feels like more of a burden on the players and the DM than something that's really contributing to the story in the whole.
Having a player have to keep a player like a DM, it's part of the course, but a player having to be conscious of 2 different entities in combat. It means that you're not focusing on everything you should be doing. It means your attention is split, and you're right. Without actually there, what's the point of having the Yasha character? Because it's actually, honestly, that we care
I like that
more
started
about.
the saying Yasha's MVP to get rid of Yasha.
And like
this is
a few minutes.
really quick.
We love Ashley, but fuck off.
I think it's a really good
we need
discussion.
it.
So leave your comment down below what you guys think about it, because I think it's a real nice discussion point of what would you do?
In fact,
here's the question: what would you do as a DM in the situation, being so many sessions without this player being there? Would you have that discussion? Would you say goodbye?
We do really want to know your individual viewpoints. So put them down there, and we'll get back to you on all the comments.
Take out how much you love that person as an individual. Think about the story himself, because I think that should trump anything.
I think this is important. I think we need to deal with this issue. But we'll continue along.
Caleb gets how you want to do this,
Yes.
and they kind of investigate the attackers briefly.
Yeah.
With
some cool stuff that Clay does. He casts Bane. Bane is amazing. It's like Bless. His arsenal of spells has been so well picked for buffing.
Bane, get it? Get it?
You're the bane of my existence, Dave.
I know. I'm okay with that.
So, Clay, I think he's picked his spells really, really well, Taliesin.
You need a break. You feel like you need a timeout. It's painful watching you right now. I don't know if this translates very well. Those veins are literally popping out your head, because that's how I read.
I think it's, I don't know, I think it's just the air or something.
You okay?
I'm just finding it, I've got a bit of asthma, which is weird.
I mean, it's not that bad in here, is it?
It's fine. It sounds way worse than it is.
It is.
So, we've also got some channel divinity from Clay.
Oh, Not's drunk, by the way. We should mention that. That comes up
she
in the
manages
later
to drink underwater, which is like a feat in itself.
Yeah.
But Clay's spells, he's got this brilliant combination of buffs, debuffs, and spells that can cancel out a lot of the crit damage and that kind of stuff. It seems like he's really caring about the party. A lot of times when a player picks spells, they think about themselves and what they are able to do. Clay very much has been like, oh, no, it's about keeping these guys alive.
Yeah, because of... He's the main healer.
He is the main healer. But I think he's done it really well. His build is looking amazing.
Yeah, so they end up searching the floor again, because this is a ship graveyard, so they kind of come upon another ship. Every time you breathe, I feel like you're about to die. It's literally reached that point, you're like... and I'm just like, oh God.
Stop making me laugh, it's making it worse.
I'm sorry, but I'm having a heart attack listening to you possibly dying after every breath.
Hey, if I die doing NPCs, I go out there.
I know, I have to deal with this. If you die.
Yeah.
Imagine me explain to Julia, how did he die, Dave? He literally breathes and he died. It's like, yeah, sure, Dave. God.
After all the times you've threatened to kill me.
Yeah,
it's
and
so
you
funny.
actually died.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
So they creep forward after the bat. They also fight the Shallow Priests, which are badass and nearly take them out. I mean, Matt was really throwing a lot of stuff at them at this pre-fight.
Yeah. So they also come upon some light. So they find something a little bit mysterious, kind of following them or noticing them.
Yeah.
And they send Octi Frumpkin ahead to scout for a little bit. It's freaking out. I
don't know if they can hear it.
I don't know if they can hear it, but it's really kind of like. Yeah.
It's fine. It honestly sounds.
It sounds like you're gasping for air, and I'm really actually getting concerned.
No, I can breathe. It's all good. Let's keep going. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
So essentially, they're sneaking forward. The seaweed is a bit creepy as well.
Yeah. Oh, they come across a chasm.
Yes.
You should say, like a little cave, you could say.
And they kind of see treasure, and they go, all right, well, this is clearly what they were talking about in the song, which was the trap, the lure. And so they kind of fake go into it, and like, let's just pretend like we don't know there's an ambush, that way we've got the upper hand.
Yeah, it's like, oh, go for this tunnel, look, we're getting far away.
Which I thought was clever. I thought that was a really good way of getting around that.
Yeah. So they continue going forward, and the Kalpagano attacks them a little bit. It would be cool.
I just love that because it's like they're fighting these creatures and like these horrible, terrifying things. And then, like, the seaweed is trying to kill them as well.
Yeah.
It's like
and there's ghosts in here. So they're in a ghost cave at the moment.
Yeah, and they're actually quite scared of the seaweed. I'm just like that.
Yeah. Mr. Clay does a really good kind of job because one of the ghosts kind of takes hold of Bo really quickly. And then Mr. Clay does... I'm not sure what spell he does, but he does...
He used Turn Undead, I believe.
And he just does a big go... and kind of pushes the spirit. It's like... what's
Ectoplasm.
The word? No, exorcism. Yeah, that's the word.
So essentially, Bo fails her wisdom check and gets locked in place. But it was that really cool insight of Clay. He was like, oh, but it's actually the creature inside her that's holding on to it. So when he turns undead, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and that spirit leaves her, she's freed from the effect. And I was like, that's clever. That's
really clever. But then they come across a ghost witch.
Yes.
Which sounds like what's possessing Ollie at the moment.
And I wrote, holy shit, Matt's bosses are badass and terrifying.
So the Ghost Witch, there's another battle. This is the battle what Ollie was saying was a pre-battle. This is the major battle.
Yes.
And one thing we find out, that if someone's drunk, they can't get fed. Which I've done that many times. I've been being drunk and not being fearful.
Yeah.
Which has got me in a lot of trouble.
We once drunkenly had a firework fight. Where we lit fireworks and shot them at
I've got a list. I've got punched in the mouth, chipped teeth there. I've jumped into a bonfire with no pants. Don't ask.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay.
Because I feel like I don't want to be more implicated in Dave.
There's
crimes.
no crimes that are on here that I've done when I'm drunk. Anyway,
So
I should stop making you laugh. It feels like I'm killing you.
You
slowly.
are trying to murder me.
Anyway.
We also get some lair actions, and this creature has legendary actions as well. As soon as Matt pulled out the lair action and then the legendary action, I was like, okay, he's not messing around. This is actually one of the more serious fights. I'm not wagering bets that no one's dying on this.
And Caleb does fall at one time as well.
So he gets hit with a spell that scares him to death. Now this is a buffed creature that Matt has taken. It's
called the Seeing Naked Ollie spell.
It's the well, yeah. No, that's fair. It's like a Christmas ornament that's been in the attic.
But once in a while you find a girl that's immune to it.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know, I sort of know how. So anyway, essentially, Matt has taken a creature, the Sea Hag, I believe, from one of the core books, but he seems to have buffed it. A lot of people in the chat were like, no, it's not a typical creature. He's made it a bit stronger, which is cool, but it essentially has the scare to death thing where Caleb fails his save and drops to 0 hit points. And immediately, falls over. Which actually had me really worried.
To be fair, just so everyone is aware of that, I have offered Ollie a break during this. We try and do all this in one shot.
Yeah.
And we rarely ever cut it. And you're doing a good job troopering on, but I swear to God, you die right now.
I'm still 90% sure you've put arsenic and Nightbane in
You
this.
saw me make it.
Yeah, but I turned away for a brief moment while you were talking about your keys.
God, if anything, I would dip my balls into it. Anyway.
That's the end of the coffee. So essentially we got some cool stuff going on in the combat. Forced Division is one of the spells that this hag is using. Ford nat 20s. We've got 4th level Witch Bolt from Caleb, which does 4d12.
And they do a really good job, but it's worth noting they don't actually kill it. It ends up just running away.
Yeah, now this was the point where conversations on Reddit began. It leads to crazy Reddit theory.
Yeah, Reddit didn't exist until that battle. And then it began. Then the conversations on Reddit started.
You want me to die on camera?
Kind of at this point. It's more kind of like, you know how you're like, I don't want you to die, but now you're being more too annoying with your breathing that I kind of wish you were going to die. It's reached that point.
So anyway, yeah, most of the Reddit conversations was about the fact that they let this thing live. And the poor decision that could have turned out to be.
To be fair, like after they kind of kill it, they kind of do chase down a random ghost and beat it to death. Well, which seems they did something
a little bit.
They
Yeah,
did attempt, and then they came across a ghost. They kind of like attacked and kind of the poor ghost. Really, the ghost didn't really do anything wrong.
Anyway, we've got 4th level Witch Bolt. We've got spiritual weapon at level 4th spell. I can't even.
What are you reading off right now?
This.
Okay.
So Clay turns invisible, which is cool. I didn't know you could do that. And Jester creates some happy seahorses that attack and kill things. So I was like, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Anyway, after the combat, they use a bit of detect magic to find the magical object near the throne, and off they go to find it.
So that's a similar item that's been absorbed and forward previously.
Yeah.
And once they actually find it, it goes for another little vision, a very evil kind of smile as well, of all this teeth, which you probably could translate as Rokitoa kind of being happy about this kind of scenario, and then the gem being absorbed into Ford.
Yeah.
So now he's got 2 gems inside of him.
Now, not too much seemed to happen. We didn't get like when Ivantika took the orb and immediately could control water and had like abilities unlock. We didn't have too much of that kind of happen immediately. I'm not sure if it's coming later or.
What's interesting is that they said there was 3, right?
Yeah.
There was Vandrin, Ford, and Ivantika.
Yeah.
So what happened to Vandrin? Because we didn't find a body.
No.
I mean, obviously, there's plausible to say the body kind of got taken away from the animals and got eaten off. But it feels like
it's unresolved.
It's unresolved, and it feels like that kind of nugget drop should be resolved in this kind of story. I don't think Matt's just going, oh yeah, his body was just eaten and it doesn't matter.
The other thing that had me wondering was, now that Ivantika's taken one of the orbs, is that gone forever? Like, does it mean that Ford can never be complete if he was supposed to get all 3?
A lot of people are saying Ivantika's not actually dead.
That's true.
So, I mean, a lot of our comments from last week are all about, I don't know if we've picked one of them to read out, but a lot of them are just about Ivantika not being dead. There's a lot of Reddit theories. Everyone says that basically Ivantika, it was not actually Ivantika who died.
Yeah.
Which feels like a bit of a cop-out after how epic the ending was.
Well, some people thought that maybe Ivantika would come back as a Deathlock. Other people came...
Well, you lose your head. I don't think you can.
You're
literally, if you get your head ripped off, I don't think that's possible.
The other thing was the death was so brutal. It was such a brutal encounter that maybe she could come back as a ghost. That kind of like.
I don't want her to come back. It feels it will take something away from that moment and how epic that episode was.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It seems like a fun thing to do as a DM, or interesting thing to resurrect a creature. But then it's kind of like, well, then you just.
It's like you're watching a TV show and they bring back that character everyone loved that died ages ago, and everyone's like, that doesn't really make sense. But just like, but you like the character.
Yeah, our research shows that we have a pie chart and everything.
Yeah, Lost does that quite a lot. Like, you kill off a character and like bring him back a couple episodes later. And they're kind of dead.
And then it was actually 3 squirrels in a trench coat. It was never... Yeah. So Not and Bo decide to explore. After that, Jester steals everything that's not nailed down.
True.
Ford, now they find this altar that's kind of covered in what they thought was rust and is discerned to be blood. Now... Again, there was conversation about, it was Matt's facial expressions during the scene where Caleb and Ford start cutting their hands and bleeding on the altar. And Matt kind of says a few things like, are you sure you want to take that much damage?
We'll cut to the clip because the other clip doesn't really count.
Aren't you the least bit curious what a little drippy drip might do?
I'm always curious. Can I count on you to return the favor?
Always.
Okay. So...
Back. I know you're going to edit that, so I look stupid
I
not
know.
doing it at the right time.
And you're never going to watch the episode to actually know how stupid you look.
It's true.
Yeah, the blood ritual.
The blood ritual. So, essentially, I think people are talking about Matt's face and the look he gets when the players do something that he's not sure they were going to do or that he disagrees with, which is the straight mouth and the poker face, which he seemed to get in this moment when they just start bleeding a lot onto the altar. He's like, I didn't expect that. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. And he's like, are you gonna die? Because it's a lot of blood you need.
Yeah, and they got about 2/3 to the ritual because they did do quite a lot. Ford and Caleb were blood brothers. Some people made the joke for.
Yeah.
But they didn't commit to the whole ritual. And they got out, and it was a good thing they did because it turns out that ritual was summoning a storm.
Yeah.
And if they had completed it while they were down there, that ship would have been wrecked. Their own ship.
So this is this. Don't make me die.
Sorry.
This is what they've been using to bring down all the ships and why
Yeah.
Diver's grave and all the shipyards.
Yeah.
But this also leads to the crazy Reddit theory of
Reddit theory. Crazy Reddit theory. Crazy Reddit theory. We need a theme song for it. The crazy Reddit theory. The crazy Reddit theory.
If you want to wear your tinfoil hat, come down.
Come on, dude, you're doing well. Okay. If you want to wear your
If you
tinfoil
want to
hat.
wear your tinfoil hat, talk on Reddit about that. It's the crazy things you want to see. None of this is going to happen. You're crazy. Huh?
There we go. That's going to be the new weekly theme song that Ollie's going to have to remember and perform every single time.
And it'll probably be a little different each time.
Yeah.
Not by design, but by the fact that my
And he
mind
could
is
watch
right.
the previous episode to know what it actually was.
But not going to.
Exactly.
Why would I
Oh, yeah,
watch
he
myself?
doesn't.
I have to live in my fucking head.
Why do you think I do it?
Because you
To
have
get better so we can improve every week. Because I am committed to
Yeah,
this
you're
show.
committed, alright. So anyway, this is from Anthraxis.
So it's the one that's actually been in an asylum.
Well, like 5-6 times.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
it's
never
a-
been.
Wow, you should. It's lovely. They
Wow,
have a
for
spa.
what?
No, I was saying it's lovely. They have a spa pool and everything.
I'm pretty
and
sure
you get a
that-
lot of reading done, which is
The
nice.
kid.
No, the spa pool was cool.
I'm sure the drugs were too. Anyway.
This is from Anthraxis, which I thought sounded like a character's name in World of Warcraft. I like it.
And if you're seeing it, Ollie sent it to me. If it didn't, you didn't.
Probably not seeing it then. This is from Anthraxis. I have a feeling what Caleb, because he wrote something down at the blood altar. I have a feeling what Caleb wrote down on his notes is that blood and sacrifices can be used to enable very powerful spellcasting and rituals. And then Mad Silksio, who I was like, I don't know, a bro selling silk seems a bit like a weird mismatch of worlds there. but
What's wrong with a bro selling silk?
I just know. I just
Wait,
find like I'm just like you're
what's
at the
the problem?
farmer's market. You've
Why
got,
are you
like,
so kind of
like Indian
closed-minded?
throws and like teaspoons, and you got a dude with like a backwards cap and sunglasses, like Matt Silks, yo, come! You've never seen silks like this shit, bro. This is like intense silks, motherfucker. So Mad Silksio says, and it doesn't matter whose blood you use. So this could go somewhere super villainy. I'm imagining a later game Caleb doing some large-scale human sacrifice to bring back his parents. Yep, that's a theory.
That is a theory. We can 100% guarantee
Large-scale
theory.
human sacrifice.
I
think
don't think...
Caleb's going to round up people.
I know they're kind of dicks. but they're more kind of like kind of dicks than evil.
Yeah, I don't
they're
think
like...
Systematic Execution, which is a great name for a band, would be Caleb's style.
There's a
but
fine
I
line
appreciate
between being a dick and just being
A mass
mass murderer.
it. Yeah, it's a very thin line. Like,
I'm a dick,
can
but
be-
I'm not a Hitler.
you can be
know?
brash, but I don't see you holding someone's head underwater until the bubbles
No,
stop.
it's like, I joke about murdering you, but I wouldn't actually murder you.
That remains to be seen, and one day we will.
Well, we've done how many fucking episodes of this damn show? Not once have you died. Yet.
I'm gonna look back over the episodes. I'm sure there's some episodes where I die a little inside.
Yeah.
So, they come back to the ship, and
Yeah.
the archipelago is where they're going now.
No. Then they change their mind if you actually listen to the episode, because they need to repair the boat first.
Oh, yeah.
So they go to, or where did I write it on the piece of paper? They go to the Bristol Isle
Cool.
to repair, and we're getting a guest player next week.
Deborah Ansel.
Do you know who that is?
I thought I'd get points just for remembering.
Oh,
her name.
okay. No, she. No, she. She's from Daredevil. She plays
Steve.
Not Steve. Daredevil's what's her name? Reporter. I'll find her. She's a picture.
It's on the screen. now.
Either way, she plays a character that used to be a hero, a prostitute. But now she's actually a huge D&D player. She actually plays with the brother, one of the guys, Zack and Cody, one of the Zack and Cody brothers.
Say either Zack or Cody.
Yeah, well, one of them's on Riverdale, the other one plays D&D. So.
Okay.
And on Riverdale right now, they're doing a D&D Paranoid.
I was trying to save you from the whole...
No, like in Riverdale, they're doing like a D&D Paranoid called like Ghouls and Gargoyles, and it's like this demonic thing that's running the entire place.
I always thought that Tunnels and Trolls was not a real thing.
Watch Riverdale Season 3, and it's got a huge D&D thing of like these guys doing role-playing, which has gone chaotic, people are killing each other because of the Gargoyle King of being a demonic. It's awesome. It's amazing. Watch it.
Apparently Riverdale.
Riverdale. Watch
This is
it.
an unofficial NPC's ad.
You can go
Riverdale.
on about Pokemon. I'm allowed to go on about Riverdale. Alright. Anyway, that's the episode.
So, that is that's the episode.
That's the episode.
I realised I was just repeating what you said. I was
That's
paraphrasing.
what you do. Apparently, you either like get mad at me for interrupting you, or just repeat.
I started and realised, Ollie, everything you're doing there is.
Anyway, this is the time that we kind of read out the questions, and thanks everyone, because I mean we didn't have quite a lot of comments the week before. This week you've overwhelmed us with comments, and we love you guys for it.
Yeah. So I've been responding to. I think none of them.
Yes,
I read them all.
we're trying to get better to respond to you guys, and I've been making a conscious effort. So
yeah, we do read them all because they pop up on our phone when you make them. So
yeah, and we really should get better at it.
So this is from PNW Silverback 201. You got a lot going on there in that name, and I appreciate that.
That's a turtle reference, Silverback.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, Silverback is a type of gorilla.
Oh.
But PNW, I don't know what
I
that is.
think he's a turtle.
Peace.
Gorillas are turtles.
Push the New World Order. Maybe that PNW. I don't know. 201 is a nice number.
Like, if people can argue that the world is flat, I can argue that gorillas are turtles, so...
Yeah.
The
I think
world's
if
a
people
messed up
can
place.
argue that the world is flat, you can argue pretty much anything.
Pretty much, go.
Nice Tool reference. Yes, Tool all the way, life forever, made up rules.
I was going to make a joke and hold up a tool,
But then we never got
but they're
back
in
to
the
that.
other room, so I can be bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah.
Nice Tool reference. Best episode this campaign. I don't think we have heard the last of Avantika. I didn't realise that was spelled with an A. I've been spelling it with an I. I feel foolish.
No, I think they spelled it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, Avantika. Yeah, that's right.
The Vera comment below mentioning polymorph would bolster Mercer into goat status once again. Plus, we don't know what happens to Avantika's body after the Mighty Nine leave.
Everyone has this theory about it's not the end of the Avantika.
Yeah.
I kind of want it to be because of how great the moment was. If the moment was kind of half-assed and kind of didn't feel cool.
It would be like the sequel that was only made because the franchise...
It's like Game of Thrones if Ned dies.
Yeah.
And then he just comes back. And
I
it's just
honestly
like,
thought
it just takes away from that
because
moment.
that was the first big name character death on the show.
But it would
I
take it
hadn't
away
bothered.
if he turned up like a couple episodes later.
Yeah,
it's
he
like,
was like Walker.
that wasn't me. That was my cousin.
Yeah.
Bed.
He looks very similar.
Yeah, Bed Stark.
It's unfortunate. He was very similar.
Anyway. But thanks for that, yeah.
Thanks, PNW
And
Silverback 201.
Who knows if Avanta's come back. I've got a feeling she probably will, but I hope she doesn't. Just secretly. Anyway, this is from Jared Souza. It says, I think that Jamiti, I think Jamiti's with an I, but he spelled it with a Y.
We shouldn't, based on our past history of spelling and pronouncing things, I don't think we should give people shit.
Yeah, but it feels like if I give other people shit, it makes me feel better.
Oh, right. So you take people down.
So I mean, I say what people do. So
okay. I feel like
I'm trying to get out of this moment.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's really
anyway,
hard.
I think that Jamiti would have sided with the Mighty Nine because he knew Avantika was worth pursuing Yukatora. We don't really know Jamiti's intentions. Jamiti the undead kind of thing. We don't... Why was Jamiti with Avantika to begin with? Avantika doesn't make it any secret that she was a follower of Yukatora, because a lot of followers already knew about this.
Jamiti did seem to know a bit more of the inner workings of what was going on there than most.
And was a lot more mysterious than the others. Yeah. So it feels like... And then Jamiti was watching them leave as well. You know how they got banished?
Yeah.
Matt makes it a point in the episode before that Jamiti was
He was on the shore
leave.
watching them go.
So something's up with Jamiti. There must be some purpose there, whether it's good for bad. I like to think they're just working for an organisation trying to stop Yukatora.
Well, my question is, will we find out what happens to the Jamiti now that they've been banished and potentially aren't going back there?
Well, it feels like there was a reason why Jamiti was watching them leave.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm gonna, and who knows? Jamiti could have put like some kind of magical tracker on the boat.
Wouldn't be that hard to do. You could just locate.
I mean, Jamiti was on that boat for quite some time.
Yeah. Scrying. Magic,
Who knows?
magic blue poop.
Yep. I think we're going to see Jumedi more likely than Avantika.
And another comment that I'd like to read out is from Des Talks About Stuff, one of our favourite YouTubers who's awesome. Des, you rule. How's it going? What up? Yeah, I'm down with the cool and
God, you wish you were. God, you actually believed that for a second when you were saying that.
What up? Yeah.
Please stop. Ollie.
Hashtag woke.
The show's embarrassing enough to be on. Just don't make it worse. Go.
I was trying to think like of lit. I'm on fleek.
Wow.
Yeah, hashtag
You're nearly
YouTube.
30, Ollie. You're nearly 30.
Oh my god, I am nearly 30.
I know, so stop saying
Existential
on
crisis.
fleek.
No, fuck off, I'm on fleek. So Des walks about stuff. Hashtag watch us Mercer. Yeah, we should get work. I think Mercer would change his life choices if he saw that nerds like us are making shows about him.
Yeah.
But really, I relate to you, Ollie. When Mark and all the other high roller guys like or share one of my tweets or fan art, I freak out a bit. I know, right? I nearly fell over when I saw Matt like my tweet.
And yeah, it's kind of like when people out there comment to us and are like fans of what we do, and even just saying good job or good episode.
Yeah.
We get that little buzz. It's just like, oh, people do kind of notice what
Because
we're
it's
doing.
kind of weird. Right now, we're talking to a camera,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't feel like
I know we mentioned it last episode. We mentioned it because it's unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
thinking people watch this on
spend
regularly.
time of their lives.
6,000 minutes was the last episode. How freaky is that? It's a 20-minute show.
I feel like I should put more work into like my hair.
Yes, you
and
should.
shit.
Oh no. Never mind. You said here, and I was like, no. Never mind.
Hey, I
Anyway.
watched the fucking episode. right?
Read it.
Hell, I did it just today with Katie reblogging my fan art on Tumblr. Go check out Des Talks About Stuff because she's
Yeah.
awesome. When we
Just
love her.
high roller reviews.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you like high rollers, the good crossover. I think it's reaching a point as well. There's so many good D&D podcasts out there.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy. Imagine if we were doing 2 different shows. We would go insane.
I'm going to.
I can barely keep up with Critical Role with the rest of my life going on. So.
Yeah.
I have to pick one and go with it.
I do have to set aside 4 hours a week to watch Critical Role. But those are 4 of the best hours of my week sometimes.
What about now? This is part of your week.
It is. It's part of my week.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
No, I don't
Please
want to
make
end on
sure
that
you
note.
subscribe to
I don't want to end on that note. Hey, I didn't die throughout the episode. I'm still breathing. That's good news for some, not for most. But thank you for coming and joining us here. This is basically just us, weird little corner of the internet where we hang out with critters via these videos and we get to chat to people all around the world about one of our favourite things, and that makes us happy.
So comment, subscribe to us because it really does help us out. Kind of keeps us going. And he actually breaks to Julia about it because Julia tries to. They do a dick comparison kind of thing. Of saying like who's better.
Because she just did like a live show at Bats that got really good reviews. A live D&D show at one of the theatres here that got really good reviews. And then I was like, yeah, 686 subscribers.
Yeah, it doesn't to me. It doesn't. I don't care. It doesn't matter as long as I have a good time. That's all I care about.
Yeah. No, and I just love being able to converse, because I think this is a sign of my age. I still find the internet fascinating that I can converse with all these different people from around the world.
God, can you please end this? This is so painful. This is the most painful I've been for you in this episode. Okay, anyway, thanks everyone. See you next week. Bye. Bye.
Can I? Okay.
Or do you want to say
I always do the sign off.
Go.
Fuck off!
Oh, come on.
No, that was
just
it.
mean.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
You did.
From myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and
Dave.
we wish you a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. We love you. You're awesome. Marry me.
And fuck off.
All right, Dave. So production meeting.
Hi everyone, it's Turtle Ollie again. Yeah, I haven't talked to Turtle Ollie for a while. Hi Dave. Because everyone liked it when I did that last week. Who's
try so-
a good Turtle Ollie?
I try so
Who's a
hard
good Turtle Ollie?
to be interesting.
Who's
and-
bad real Ollie? Who's a good Turtle Ollie? Who's a bad real Ollie? You're bad. You know why you're bad?
Yeah.
Why?
Because no one likes it, because I'm stupid.
Yep. Pretty much it. Yeah. You got it in a nutshell.
Sorry.
It's kind of, oh damn it. I was going to get real mean. I was going to go, we can't even continue this bit anymore. Because we're just too real.
Alright.
But you ruined it.
Sorry, I started crying and then that made me laugh.
Yeah. Alright. Do you want to try that again?
Try again.
Do you want to try that again?
Just let me
Alright.
just like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm so tired.